Hello folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, the first analysis since last week Friday. As you know, Saturday I just took off. I just said I'm not going to provide any analysis and Q&A. You know that I'm usually always providing what I'm saying, so it was a special case. I didn't know that you guys are so prying, and it wasn't actually a big secret, but many of you know that I don't like just to share a lot of private and personal information about me, because Inspo is for me just a different actor that makes for me just much easier to share some informations with you. Some of you know already, Saturday was my birthday, and that's why I didn't work. I didn't spend my time in front of the screens checking what's happening in the market. I was hedging, so I'm still longing and shorting at the same time because, we still are trading in this relatively tiny trade range. So it wasn't looking like, hey, we are going to push up very hard this weekend. It was much more looking, hey, wow, that looks extremely bearish. But it seems the market is just waiting because today is Labor Day in the US, so Wall Street is not working, it's not open, and I think they are just waiting for tomorrow. And then we need to see what's going to happen. In my opinion, we still have a little bit more, in my opinion, space to the downside, and we will see. However, for all of you and for all of you with who were such prying and asked me for the special day Saturday, and I just mentioned, okay, it's my B-day, so it's nothing big. Some people thought I'm going to marry or something. No, that's not going to happen. And that's it. Of course, I just also had some really smart guys out there making stupid comments, but I know how to handle it. So, let us go forward and let us check what's happening today. Today, as mentioned, Wall Street is closed, so that means that it's like we will have a Sunday trading session. So, obviously, we should expect a low volume. We should expect, just kind of, at least not big activity at all. Wealth ratio, something that it's okay. It's really okay that the wealth ratio one day time frame pushed up once again to 66. I mentioned several times 70 is a key level. From 70 up, it's critical. But also 66, it's indicating that whales are again preparing something, and the next. It seems like they did just in the past one, like a stair. That's what's happening at the moment. And I don't know why they are doing that, but it looks a little bit like distribution. I have noticed on Twitter that some people were expecting accumulation. To be honest, I don't see any accumulation. But also, to be honest, I didn't check the entities if these guys are now accumulating or not. However, people that check the chart and say, hey, they are accumulating. If I'm accumulating something, I need some space. I need a storage. I need something where I can put my accumulated asset. And the nice and beautiful thing on crypto is we have blockchain. Blockchain is transparency. We can check that. We can check if their entities are growing or just declining. Are they rising? It means they are accumulating. Are they declining? It means they are distributing. Or at least they are shifting these assets to another source, OTC, for example. However, even OTCs are using wallets, and it should appear on, for example, on the on-chain metrics, on entities. So the only thing that can change is that smaller entities decline in balances and a big entity is rising. So OTC getting from its customers Bitcoins, for example, and the balances of their customers are declining. That makes sense, right? So that's something we should have a look on. But that's it. I mean, at the moment, we will check today what happened, because since Friday, I didn't check the market anymore. We need to see what's happening there. And we are going to do that today. So we see the Walls ratio 30 days moving average is lifting up 66. That's not huge, but you know, we need to see what's going to happen tomorrow, because it's delayed. It's indicating what happened yesterday, and we need to see what's going to today. So it's going to illustrate tomorrow what happened today. And if we take a look to the weights ratio 30 hours moving average. So if we check that, what we can see is the weights ratio 1 hour time frame is also here still lifting up, while we can see here that it touched several times almost 100%, indicating, and that's why the price declined afterwards, indicating that they are pushing the price down afterwards. And even the price is going up right now. It's also indicating that these guys are sending more Bitcoins to exchanges. Even the Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges are lifting up. Not huge. We are not talking, it's not the same volume or dimensions we have seen, for example, in the first half of 2022. It's not happening. But we have a reduced activity, trading activity on centralized exchanges. And that also means less actors. We don't need that big volume to move the market. So let us check here. The weights ratio 30 hours moving average declined, is lifting up. At the moment, it looks like it wants to decline again. So I would expect to lift up, but something, you know, right now between 85 and 100, almost 100, it's indicating that they are preparing something, and it doesn't look bullish. If we take a look to the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, it's lifting up. Not big. We are not talking about a billion, or not even, we are talking maybe about 100 million or something. But, and that's the most important indicator in my opinion, is the stablecoin supply lifted up, and it's declining even more now. So indicating they are really at the same time burning stablecoins just because of lack of demand, and that's nothing bullish at all. Let us go forward. So Bitcoin spot activity, what's happening here? Well, I mean, to see on a Sunday to Monday, when Monday is just a Labor Day in the US, to see a spot inflow of 1,700 Bitcoin, that's big. That's really big. Well, what happened afterwards? The price started to decline. But I don't know if we are done here, to be honest. Even if we check, for example, what we received last Friday, that was a lot. I'm not really sure that was it, to be honest, because I don't see all these Bitcoins here related to the outflows. Of course, it's possible that they are accumulating the Bitcoins and will take out these Bitcoins maybe tomorrow or the day after. That's always possible, but I don't know. I know this market very well. I would be very careful. You know, I flipped at least short-term to bullish. I mean, short-term means for the next several weeks. But it doesn't look bullish at all. It really doesn't look bullish at all. So Yeah, we received, so the inflow activity spot to centralized exchanges maintained intact even over the weekend. That's something not big at all, but we need to be careful. And another thing I don't like at all is, I don't see any big stablecoin inflow and also outflow. Usually, when they start to sell all of that, you see a big stablecoin outflow because they withdraw the money after they sold their assets. It's not happening. So, in my opinion, that's pure accumulation what they are doing, and we need to be extremely careful because if they want really then, and we know they use different sources to drive the market, spot via centralized exchanges, spot via OTC, derivative, for example, as well. And they need to do that, of course. But in case that happens, they will push very hard to the downside. They don't need 50,000 Bitcoins just spot, for example, to push the price down very hard. It's enough if they use OTC at the same time spot and derivative. And if they have 12, 15,000 Bitcoins accumulated on centralized exchanges, something that we unfortunately don't see. That's the only thing because it's centralized exchanges. It's not, we can check different wallets. That's part of blockchain's transparency, but we don't see if those Bitcoins are sold already or just maintained there unsold, just as preparation. That's something unfortunately we can't see, at least yet. Maybe in the future. However, I would be extremely careful if you are longing, because a lot of things have to change to see something I would like to see. It's to go retest 20,500, to retest, to have a break, and then go up. I think that's only, if that happens, only works with Wall Street. Only if SPY starts to lift up with algos pushing and generating a buy pressure, then it could be possible. Otherwise, it's going to be a big challenge. So let us go forward. Here we go. We see here the future market, and what we see here is, funding rate lifted up, declined, lifted up, declined, lifted up, declined, lifted up. It's illustrating in a very accurate way what the market or the price action is doing. It's up, down, up, down, up, down. We have just a resistance at 20,500. We have a support at 19,500. We are retesting several times the support area, and we have retested several times the resistance area. It's a matter of time. One of them will fall. The question is up or down. Even I think we will go up, as mentioned. I couldn't make a bet again against that we can retest our 18K current bottom. That's still possible. It's still on the table. And it would match to what I'm seeing related to spot exchanges and so on and so forth. So, that's why I'm hedging. And even if they wreck my long, I will do enough money with my short. And the opposite way will happen if they wreck my short. But, it's not to optimize the gain. Of course not. It's with extremely high risk management. And it's not funny. But we have to adapt. Open interest looks very interesting with and very accurately lifting up with the leverage ratio. So we are close. We are very close to have a price action. Up, down, and then up only, declined a little bit, up only, and now it declined a little bit. Both leverage ratio and open interest doing almost exactly the same. So if we declined an open interest because the price declined, It happened here again, and since then, just up, indicating people are expecting, hey, we are all the time just below 20K, so I'm going too long, and that could be the trap, because I will show you. We are collecting longs, a lot of longs, at least based on Binance. That's absolutely not funny at all. So 107 millions on stablecoins to derivative exchanges. Not bad, not huge. If we check here, 3,400 bitcoins to derivative exchanges. That was the market maker. That's something I can tell you directly now, because that's the only thing I have checked today. That was the fund flow, just to see if the entities are active at the moment, and they are. So also these guys are expecting something. And we know that we have here a lot of activity and volume related to Bitcoin and Bitcoin collateral futures. We don't know if they are preparing something, if that plays out. We just have here 6,300 Bitcoins outflow, and that was it. So not big at all. Another thing, but first of all, let us go forward, that's Binance. We have the aggregated open interest here, for example. That's the aggregated one. We can see what happened here. We are not reaching the same level we had just before. You remember, before we did this dump here from 24,600. Since then, we declined a lot in open interest, but it's lifting up. Even if it's declining right now because they are liquidating and some shorts are closing and some longs are taking profit, but we also need to be very careful. Also, another indicator that's very interesting. We see here a long of liquidations. Also here, a lot of longs. Here they liquidated a lot of shorts, like here, for example. Since then, nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Also something we need to be very careful, because as you see, the gaps between those liquidation clusters are not that long. Few days, sometimes 1 week. So, yeah, it would be time to bring some action to the market. If we check the Binance open interest, it's the main driver. Of course, it's declining, as you can see in the aggregated one here. That's the yellow graph, the yellow line. And that's happening here as well, just because the price is lifting up. But, I mean, you see, they are liquidating shorts, but I mean, we are talking here about, in the last 2 hours, 70 Bitcoins. And that's the aggregated one. So 70 Bitcoins, that's fine in 2 hours, but not that big. So it seems they are just liquidating now late shorts, while they are accumulating more longs. And that's something we will check right now. But before we go forward, even that's now a little bit off topic, but something I have noticed and we need to be also careful is miners. Miners over the weekend sent or are showing a bigger outflow of 5,500 Bitcoins. Usually these 5,500 Bitcoins go to OTC or to centralized exchanges to sell. Also, careful. Let us go forward. And then now the bad news. Oh, it declined a lot. But however, it keeps being a bad news. 70 to 30. That's not going to work. That's really not going to work. As mentioned several times, as long as we have that big difference between longs and shorts, Binance will do everything to shake out. Will do everything to reduce the longs. Everything. And yeah. So also something where I would say I need to reduce my expectations. Even I think we will go up very soon. soon, 1 week, 2 weeks, something, I don't know. And even then, I can't tell you if it's going to be a fake rally and then nuke. Because September, I have mentioned so many times, September is going to be a big pain in the ass month. But we will see. The month is relatively new, 5 days old, so we need to see. But this here is pain in the ass. On Ethereum, once again, looks absolutely realistic, 50-50, because that's what I will do, and that's what my beers is saying at the moment, 50-50, but not 70-30. That's not going to work. It's overloaded with longs. It's absolutely overloaded with longs. So the Kingfisher, let us check the Kingfisher. Give me a blue one. Wow. Wow. 15 credits. Thank you very much, Kingfisher. 15 credits. Amazing. So let us start with Binance and check what Binance is going to show us. Not big in volume, 50 million is the maximum, but we can see that shorts are coming. Also related to Kingfisher. I need to talk to Ben Alstein. You remember not last week or not last Saturday, the week before, when I had the Q&A and we talked about the Kingfisher, he said, hey, I can provide some information about the Kingfisher, how it works and what all these bars are indicating. And I look forward to that. I will talk to him and provide this information. I would like to have a stream with him where he is just providing this information directly to us. But yeah, I need to talk to him. However, if we take a look, 21,350 would be the next bigger cluster related to shorts. And I would say 18,100 to the longs. Let us take a look if FTX structure related to the liquidation map looks similar. I think it looks similar. Yes, it looks similar. Wow. I mean, here not. I would say this would look a little bit different. That would look more that way, but this one looks absolutely. So someone have started to long with low leverage, but big volume. However, it's spreading, and that would also explain why we have 1.7 billion. We had almost 2 billions today. That was crazy. I was very close to close my long and to say, what the hell? All in short. But, patience. Everything. It's just a matter of time that the price will start to bring some actions. So let us go forward. So let us see. What is FTX doing? They bought here to sell again. I don't think that was a great deal. Sometimes it's better just to stay away. But yeah, well, I don't know why they did that. But I don't care. However, doesn't look like accumulation or distribution. At the moment, distribution just before they accumulated, but that's it. Let us take a look here. Binance. Well, okay. That looks very hard like distribution. Doesn't look like accumulation at all based on CBD. I mean, we are talking about here. Let me check. Yeah, almost 14,200 negative CBD. That's a lot. Not indicating why the price maintains, at least since we are below 20k, it maintains at 20k. It lifted up, it declined, it lifted up, it declined. You know, we had some traps, and that's it. While Binance is distributing. Bitfinex distributing. Negative CBD, 3,000 Bitcoins. Wow. Really wow. The only ones, Binance, Coinbase. Coinbase is always positive CBD something. I don't know. I really don't know how that works, but whoever. So that doesn't look great at all. Retailers buying. Shrimps buying. These guys accumulating. I mean, let us take a look. They started to accumulate June, the beginning of June, June 3rd. And it's the second biggest entity based on balances. So the biggest one are the their market makers with over, well, right now at 5 million. And these guys had in the beginning of June 4,240,000 Bitcoins. And now they have 4,320,000 Bitcoins. We are talking about almost 80,000 Bitcoins more. It's nice. It's not huge, but it's nice because the Bitcoin or the market makers, they are just, you know, when they are declining its balances, we are talking about much more, 100, 150,000, but 80,000, it's really not that bad. These guys here declining in balances right now, and the market maker entities lifting up. So let us check, because now it's going to be interesting. You remember what I have mentioned about their they higher lows, right? Related to their balances. So they had 4,920,000 Bitcoins here. Then 4,930,000 Bitcoins here. Oh, and 4,930,000 Bitcoins here. However, it looks like higher lows. So it's going to be very interesting because they declined its balances while the price didn't decline very much. As you can see, the price maintained. And now they are lifting up. In my opinion, they did very nice gains with Bitcoin collateral futures. That's what they mainly are doing. But yeah, they are not accumulating, not yet at least. So something we can't see at the moment. Yeah, and that's it. So here, nothing big to mention. Let us go forward. So, Coinbase. What is Coinbase doing? It seems Coinbase is waiting at 20,400. At the same time, they are still here protecting everything at 19,500. So, if we check other things, no, they removed the wall at 27,300. They removed volume at 25,000. They removed all these walls and instead placed one at 23,000. We have another one here to this POC here, relatively close, 21,300, and that's it. That's absolutely it at the moment, so nothing big. Let us go directly to Deribit. Deribit not indicating anything. Bitstamp, no. Only to the downside. The next bigger wall would be at 19k. Binance Spot, that's my main chart, to be honest. So, and you see what they are doing. They are right now pushing the price up. They are, you see all this here. They are protecting here 19,600. They removed some volume here at 19,500, and at the moment they are pushing the price up, but at the same time waiting here at 20k once again. Let us take a look to the upside. Yeah, they removed some volume here as well, at least here in 20,400. So, I mean, nobody knows when they are going to start, but I can imagine we can go up again to 20,500 to retest that area. And look here, a lot of volume. Not huge. On spot, it's never that huge. It's more derivative, we will check. Bitfinex spot. Also waiting at 20,600. So they are doing the same game again. Also here, like Binance, limiting at 19.7, at the same time at 19.5, at the same time at 20,000. It's exactly the same structure. FTX perp, wow. They removed the wall at 19.5, or at least they removed a lot of volume here. And these guys are on the upside, not indicating a lot. The only thing we can see here is they are also protecting 20k. So it seems we will fail once again at 20k. While, and that's interesting, they introduce more volume to this wall at 18.5, while log liquidity at 18.5 if you are not expecting to have a price reaching that area while you are removing volume at your protection wall at 19.5. Kraken doing exactly the same like Binance and even FTX. So just pushing the price up at the same time also here. So it's just maintain the price in a very tiny trade range. Also here, look that they placed a nice wall at 20k. So if they are not going to remove this wall at the same time, look here, 19.5, they are. It's crazy to see that right now, but they are doing exactly the same. The structure is the same in 3 different exchanges, and that's crazy. They removed volume at 19.5, instead shifted a little bit more up to 19.6, pushing the price up, waiting at 20k. That's really crazy. BitMEX. Also waiting at 20k. Also waiting at 19.6. Wow. Binance futures. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Holy. What is that? What is that? They don't want to let the price go up above of 20k. At the same time, as you see, they are letting trigger some buy orders, some long orders, and here a lot of shorts waiting. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Even at 19.5. So the whole thing, they are just waiting for something. Remove the wall at 19.2. Instead place 2 new walls at 18.5 and 18. And even 17. That looks scary. I mean, not scary. If we know what's going to happen, it's fine. But that really looks crazy. So it seems 20k, that's it. And then down again. And then we need to see what kind of walls they want to, but it looks more to the downside than to the upside, to be honest. They still waited 20,700 to protect that. Even now with double walls, even they removed some volume here because the price then afterwards declined again down below 20k. Bitfinex derivatives. Nothing, at least nothing that changed. If we reduce the volume, we can see that nothing changed here. Okay. Kraken futures, nothing. FTX spot, So here, what the hell is happening? 18.2, 18. They increase the volume in that walls. They are expecting something. No volume in upper walls, only lower walls, and a lot of activity. Even FTX spot, that's crazy what they are doing here. Let us go to 200 to make it better. 200. Hello? Yeah, okay. So also here indicating they are waiting at 19.6. I don't know, 19.6. So they are pushing, but at the same time they are selling. They are selling. They are pushing the price. They are just pushing. I don't know if that's a strategy to attract buyers to say, look, we are not going above of 19.6. So I buy some Bitcoin because only up. But they are at the same time selling. And it makes sense because even CBD is showing that. It's interesting. Well, that's it. That's it. So let's just talk about my personal conclusion.